Added a version string to the main menu for easier bug reporting. The version string is found in the bottom right corner of the main menu. A bug with this new addition is that the version string will disappear if you change the game to windowed within the display settings. You can easily reverse this bug by closing and then reopening the game. Different types of bed now define a rest quality stat, with lower quality beds filling the sleep needs slower. A sleeping spot now has a rest quality of 90%. A survival bed now has a rest quality of 95%. And a single and a double bed now have a rest quality of 100%. Added a pop-up dialog when saves fail because of an error. Previously, saves would encounter errors mid-save, causing the save to fail with no feedback, leading to a lot of lost save files and making it hard to find these issues in testing. Now when you attempt to save your game, a save failed pop-up will appear and communicate the occurring situation that is causing the save to fail. Survivors now initialize with the default assignment of work priorities based on their work preferences. When you start a new game or gain a new survivor, the game now automatically assigns work priorities within the Work Management tab. The priority number of a task is chosen based on the survivor's work preferences. Disliked equals blank, neutral equals a 4, liked equals a 3, and loved equals a 2. Survivors now prioritize sleeping more during nighttime. They do so by avoiding going to sleep during the day, as long as their sleep need is above 25%. And allowing themselves to go to sleep once the clock hits 2200. Fixed an issue with sleep recovery speed, causing survivors to refill their sleep need way too fast. A survivor with 0% sleep need is now required to sleep around 10 in-game hours within a 100% rest quality bed to refill their sleep need. Drafted survivors didn't give the option to tend to injuries while drafted. They can now tend regardless of drafted state. While you have a drafted survivor selected, you can now open the request menu on a wounded survivor and have an option to treat them. This is most significant while on an expedition due to all survivors being permanently forced into draft mode. Fixed various save game related errors that would prevent a game from saving properly. I don't know which errors were saved, but quite a few still remain. For example, you cannot save when the wandering scavengers are visiting, nor can you save when a survivor is picking up ammunition. Inventory UI no longer shows on animals. The Inventory tab button that exists with the rest of the tab buttons in the top left of the selected object's card no longer appears when you select an animal, dead or alive. Fix dead or incapacitated survivors showing an option to drop items from inventory. Fix survivors being unable to pick up items when preparing for an expedition. Survivors will no longer endlessly rummage through containers, failing to acquire the items that you requested they bring along with them on their expedition. They will instead successfully acquire the requested items from any container and head towards the edge of the map to begin the expedition. Cancelling a building while a worker is trying to haul resources to it will properly cancel the task now. A properly cancelled building task causes working survivors to instantly drop the resources it was hauling and have its decision-making reset. Switching weapons mid-reload would result in the new weapon receiving the other's ammo. Survivors now put the new magazine into the correct gun. Now if you request that your survivor reload their gun and then switch weapon, the reload will simply be cancelled and the survivor will equip their alternate weapon. Crafting builds will no longer try to use reserved ingredients in crafting. I do not know what this means. If anyone watching does, please leave a comment explaining what problem was fixed and I will pin it for all to see. This video's description will contain amendments if this video contains any accidental misinformation.